Welcome back. This past Wednesday, the Department of Aviation held the 2023 Aviation Symposium at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. The purpose behind the meeting was to increase synergy amongst stakeholders in the aviation industry. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, he thanked the Department of Aviation for their contributions. He says that while tourism might be viewed as the engine for the economy of the Bahamas, aviation must be viewed as the fuel that powers that engine.
That whilst tourism might be viewed as the engine for the economy, aviation must be viewed as the fuel that is used to power that engine. And therefore, together, tourism and aviation must be seen as the driver for national development, innovation, and as the catalyst for Bahamian empowerment. There is no coincidence that consecutive administrations have put tourism and aviation as a ministry together. What we have not done the best job at is to ensure that we're getting the synergies as a result of that union. Our blueprint, released prior to coming to office, outlined our short-term and mid-term plans to recover, to rebuild, and revolutionize.
Deputy Prime Minister Cooper outlined several aviation-specific components that speaks to unprecedented support for the aviation sector that ranked highest among the priorities.
We committed to promoting a robust aircraft registry and aggressively pursuing our high-end tourism markets. We envision establishing the first Bahamas Aeronautical Academy, designed to offer technical and professional training for existing and emerging aviation professionals through strategic partnerships with local and international training and certifying bodies. In this blueprint, we outlined the imperative to incentivize the aviation industry to constitute an aviation logistical hub based on the comparative advantages of 30 airports within the Bahamas, the vast strategic sovereign airspace, and our proximity to the USA. As we forecast our intention to build capacity to manage the sovereign airspace of the Bahamas, we committed to exponentially increasing the contribution of the aviation sector to GDP over the term of our governance.
The aviation minister also introduced the formal unveiling of the first ever National Agency Strategic Conference that will focus on revolutionizing and capitalizing on the rebirth of the aviation industry following the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the restoration of Government House, which had its blessings and rededication ceremony on Wednesday, there is still the noticeable absence of the Columbus statue. As questions arise over what will be the fate of the iconic statue, Minister of Works and Utilities Alfred Sears, who holds responsibility for the Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Corporation, says they are looking at all options.
Well, Columbus is currently at the Ministry of Works. As you know, the statue was damaged, and a determination has not yet been made where the statue will be placed.
So we could see it return back to...
Well, a decision has not been made in terms of the future location of the statue.
When pressed on the question of whether to place the statue back in its original position in front of Government House, the Minister of Works had this to say.
Well, the thing is, as we evolve as a country, there is an ongoing process this year. We're looking at various personalities in the history of our country. And our country, the history comprise the Arawaks, the people who harmonize this country and these islands. We also have the Africans who came in ships. We have the European, and we have an ongoing inflow of people. In this 50th anniversary, the government will soon be announcing persons who have made significant contribution through the various stages of the development and the construction, ultimately, of our nation state.
In 2021, the Columbus statue was damaged when a 37-year-old man trespassed onto Government House with a sledgehammer, causing noticeable damage to the statue to the tune of more than $2,000. In October 2022, it was confirmed by Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, that the statue is being held in storage by the Ministry of Works until the government decides its fate. Good news for the agricultural sector. Bahamian farmers can win up to $10,000. The Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, with its inaugural Agrarian Awards, opened submissions this week. Speaking more on the aim of the awards is Chairperson and Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs Public Relations Manager, Kendia Smith.
Under the theme, Our Food, Our Future, these awards are designed to celebrate excellence in Bahamian farming during the country's 50th anniversary celebrations. In earlier times, agriculture was seen as a way to cultivate wealth, not just in the Bahamas, but around the world. We at the Ministry of Agriculture are seeking to tell the story about farmers around our country and how they have contributed and continue to contribute to our way of life. The awards seek to celebrate innovation, sustainability in farming practices, as well as supporting initiatives that promote food security and a brighter future for all.
The awards are being hosted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs in conjunction with the Agricultural Development Association and the Bahamas Marine Science Institute, or that's BAMSI, as well as being part of the country's 50th independence anniversary celebrations. Executive Chairman of the Agricultural Development Organization, Philip Smith, spoke on the benefits of hosting this awards.
So I think it would really motivate and incentivize persons to really work toward receiving these awards, So I think this is transformational, and I think, I believe Candia said every 2 years, right, Candia? Yeah, we'll do this every 2 years, I think, but I'm very excited about it. I would just like to say that I think Agricultural Development Organization is in a very good space to solicit donations, I know you have a budget. The thing about donations, you could bring in as much as you possibly can. And the nice thing about what I find, so having run Bahamas Feeding Network for 15 years, we did pretty good with soliciting donations. But what I find with soliciting donations for Agricultural Development Organization is that it's not as difficult, because people are more inclined to give when you're giving in order for people to help themselves.
Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs Clay Sweeting explains the details in the various categories of the competition.
Through a nomination process and criteria that is posted on ADO's website at www.adobahamas.org, awards will be given to a male and female farmer of the year, of whom will be given $10,000 in cash. Youth Male and Female Farmer of the Year will be given $5,000 each, as well as a full scholarship to BAMSI. Schools and community farms can also apply and receive prizes such as gift certificates towards their farms. As nominations occur, a blue ribbon panel with farming experts will decide on finalists and the overall winners. Meanwhile, the Backyard Farm of the Year will be a People's Choice competition where followers of the ministry's social media channels will have the opportunity to vote for their favorite backyard farmer and give him or her a chance to win $2,500. So if you are not a follower of our pages already, I encourage you to like and to follow today to be a part of this exciting initiative.
The Green Carpet Award ceremony is set for September 16th at Margaritaville. And finally, the Princess Margaret Hospital Blood Bank reopened to the public on Wednesday following a brief a temporary closure on Monday. That was earlier this week. The Public Hospitals Authority, PHA, and hospital management extends apologies for any inconvenience caused by the interruption in services. Currently, the blood bank reports an adequate supply of blood for the hospital. However, the appeal for voluntary donors continues as donations are required to maintain an ample supply of blood. Individuals eligible to donate blood must be healthy, 17 years of age or 16 with your parents' consent, weighing at least 110 pounds. Donors should be free of cold, flu, or allergy symptoms and clear of any blood-borne infections such as hepatitis or HIV. If you wish to donate blood, you can call or email the blood bank for more details. They say when we give blood, we give life. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thanks so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.